Welcome to Living Abundantly with Sarah Vie. I am so grateful to be here with you today. At Living Abundantly, we believe that true manifestation begins within. That's why each inspiring guest shares their powerful story and their remarkable vision. If they can do it, so can you. And I am your host, and I'm going to say your friend, Sarah Vie, an international 3-time best-selling author and lifestyle design expert. And I am on a personal mission to inspire abundance through all of life's ups and even the downs. Okay, so prepare to be inspired as I introduce someone I have literally loved for years. And he is from my hometown state of Pennsylvania. Carson Kressley is a key judge on the groundbreaking TV series RuPaul's Drag Race, which I will add has won multiple Emmys, making it the most awarded reality show in history. And Carson is also part of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars. Welcome to the show, Carson. I feel like I need some sort of confetti and sparkles to welcome you. You actually have been one of my favorite people to watch, and I am a huge fan.
Thank you. I love the warm welcome.
So why is it so important to travel, and what are the best ways to prepare for that big trip? And again, I'm going to add the Carson Kressley way.
You know, travel is expensive. Getting time off of work is very rare. So I think planning is really, really important. You want to really plan your trip properly so you have the greatest probability of having a great, successful trip. I think the first step for me, and I didn't do this for a long time, and now I will only use a travel advisor. And, you know, we heard of travel agents growing up, and they would book your airline and maybe your hotel. Travel advisors have really evolved into true travel consultants that really know the best places to go, the best time to go to those places, the best prices, if you can bundle maybe your air and your hotel. For example, I'm in Aruba right now, and I would have never thought to go to Aruba in June. I would have saved that for the winter time. Well, guess what? It's much more expensive in the winter. And right now it's off season. I'm at this beautiful resort. It's much cheaper. And the weather's been fantastic because of the location, and my travel advisor knew this. There are great trade winds here. And then more like practical tips that I have. I mean, I try not to check a bag, and I know that sounds daunting, but you would be amazed what you can get. I recommend a soft side rollerboard because you can kind of squeeze that into the sizing bin at the airport. You can squeeze it into the nooks and cranny of the overhead bin. And then also your additional personal item, you can get a week's worth of clothes, especially if you're going to a beach destination where everything is a little bit lighter and you need less clothes. Travel insurance is a big one. You know, you'll see that when you're booking your trip and you're just like, oh, do I need the travel insurance? It is well worth it. I had one experience where I used the travel insurance, my flight was canceled. That particular airline said, we can't get you out till Tuesday. It was like a 4-day trip. It would have been ruined. So the travel insurance allowed me to get a new ticket from a different airline that had more flights, and I was able to salvage that trip. So for $15 to $20, the travel insurance is totally worth it. And then just little things like bringing your own water bottle. Almost every airport and every hotel now has a water filling station with purified water, and you're not, going through 15 plastic bottles of water, and you're also not spending, $1 to $3 for a bottle of water. So those little things are all of my tips. They're all on my website at traveladvisorsgetyouThere.com, and we just really want to encourage people to travel because it is so inspiring, and it's just, I think it's what living is all about.
Carson, you are so fun and so full of life, and I absolutely adore you. I would like to ask my favorite question, if that's okay. What would you say is the most abundant word that best describes you and your life right now?
Oh, well, you know what? I learned this phrase from a drag queen who was on RuPaul's Drag Race. And her phrase is, and I repeat this anytime I'm having a bad moment or I'm just like frustrated at an airport or whatever, I remind myself that I am blessed and highly favored. And that is like a Southern phrase. And one of our great queens, I think it was Kennedy Davenport, said that on one of the episodes. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm blessed and highly favored. And I just use that as my mantra. And I repeat it to myself all the time, usually when things are not going according to plan. And it really does remind me that, you know, so many of us have so many blessings and we have such good lives, and we need to keep things in perspective. I think that's the most important word.
Thank you so much for coming into the show and spreading your sparkle with me.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Stay with us. We will be right back after the break.
When it comes to having sex for the first time, we definitely, there's no guide that comes with it, right?
What is this I'm going to call it a masterpiece that you are going to create here today?
I got diagnosed with terminal breast cancer 16 years ago. Told me to get my affairs in order. I saw 7 doctors and it was aggressive.
Yeah.
It was really there all over, and it was like, wow, I can't believe that this is my story. And I try to thrive through life every day with joy and happiness, right? And so that is living to the fullest. I always say, I'm riding this thing called life till the wheels fall off, because I'm just doing everything. Yes.
Yeah. Welcome back to the show. Fueled by relentless curiosity and a flair for disruption, I love that, my next guest, Julia Haart, has built a career at the cutting edge of fashion and technology. In 2023, she launched Body by Julia, a shapewear brand. Julia fled an ultra-Orthodox community at 42. She rose to global fame with the Netflix hit My Unorthodox Life. And her memoir, Brazen, became an instant bestseller in both the US and UK. Welcome to the show, another woman empowering other women. So I'm so happy to have you here.
I'm so happy to be here. I love what you do. And also I love the color. Beautiful.
My outfit, yes.
Yes,
So
really beautiful.
You know, I love this whole idea of the flair for disruption. You know, I'm kind of a bit like that, you know, kind of defying the normal.
Good.
But with all that you have been through in your life, I'm just going to ask you a very simple question. What gets you up in the morning? And do you have that normal empowered routine in the morning?
So, you know, I have a mission. I really do. I wake up in the morning with that mission in the front of my head. I go to sleep with that at night with that mission. And, you know, I used to wake up when I first left the community and I was starting everything out. I used to wake up literally into a panic attack.
Really? Yes.
And then I would have to talk myself down. You can do this. Yes, you have all these, you know, impediments in your way. And yes, there are all these obstacles, but you're not going to give up. You believe in yourself and you can do it.
Right.
Now I wake up every morning. I'm a big meditator.
Yes. As am I. Yes.
And it's really helped me recognize that I'm not a victim, that I have control over my own destiny, that we can choose how we feel, how we react to things, that really the strength that we need is inside of ourselves. And I wake up every morning excited to go forward, to build new things, to create, and to continue my mission. And I will not stop until, of course, the day I die, until that mission is complete.
Right there with you, girlfriend. Yes. So, you know, and when we find our passion and our purpose, it just feels so good. And everybody on this planet can be guided to their purpose or desire, sometimes I say. So what does living for you, living a life with a purpose, mean to you personally?
So for me, because of my past and everything I've gone to me, the core goal of my life is freedom. Yeah. And when I first left my community, it was freedom for myself, freedom for my children. That's all I could see. And once I started building success, I realized that's not enough for me.
Yeah.
I want an army of financially independent women. I want an army of women who know that they don't have to ask permission, that they don't have to be guided by what others think is appropriate, polite, proper. I want women who can stand on their own 2 feet and live life their own way. And I am not going to rest until I have that army formed.
Can I join your army?
Yes, obviously.
Yes.
Yes, we need as many women.
Yes.
I know, we really do.
Yeah,
We need an army of women who teach the next generation that you don't need someone to take care of you, that you are capable in and of yourself, that being authentic to who you are, speaking your truth, that's freedom. Not having to ask permission and living life on your own terms and having the financial wherewithal to do so, that's freedom. And we deserve that freedom. We don't have to wait our turn anymore. We don't have to be polite anymore.
No. Being able to be that message to others is amazing. So as we wrap here, I could talk to you all day long about this, but what would you say, having this mindset and this choice in your life, what would you say is one abundant word that best describes your life right now?
Gratitude.
Yes. And it's so
That's it.
simple.
Gratitude.
Yes, and to be able to do
Just
that.
grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to be sitting in this chair. I'm grateful that I didn't give up when my soon-to-be ex accused me of pretty much everything but witchcraft.
Right.
I'm grateful that justice is being served.
I love it.
I'm grateful that, you know, we have an opportunity to change the world.
We do. I love
and
it.
I'm never going to rest until that
And
happens.
I love this. Thank you. Thank you from
Thank
the
you.
bottom of my heart
Thank
from
you so
sharing
much.
this and inspiring so many of us in the
Well,
world.
thank you for everything you do.
Thank you so much.
Really, thank you.
Thank you. Don't go away. We will have more to come.
Oh,
A new look.
saucy. Look at that. Look at that. Trendy. So fashion modeling, you're a fashion designer, so.
Yeah, design.
You've
Oh,
been,
yeah, we're going up.
Yes.
It's okay.
So how long have you been doing this? I mean, you do it effortlessly.
I left in, what was it, November 2012. So I started my shoe brand January 2013, so a month later. Wow. But I've been drawing by myself, like without any education, since I was 5. I drew my first handbag when I was 5 years old.
Look at that. So imagine now, when 2 weeks is over, what's going to happen now? Holy smokes.
Oh my God.
I have a
2-year-old daughter.
Oh my God.
We're going to see you,
like,
every allure.
Can you imagine? Think about what I'm going to be like. I'm going to be like, my brain is going to explode.
Oh, 100%.
Like my brain is officially
Collecting awards. You're going to be a lot of galas, definitely. Red carpets. Oh my God.
Yeah, but I just can't. Oh my God, I can't wait to be.
I mean, people are going to be asking you questions because they need this. You know, they need this. They need this information. I mean,
breathe.
Yeah.
I want to be free.
That is.
Freedom.
Yes. Going this way. Okay. Yes.
And then if you think I am ever getting married again, it's in my will that if I ever try to get married, my children just by definition get everything I own.
Oh, really?
Like they take it right away, not even when I'm dead.
Look at.
Because that means I've literally lost my mind. Lost my mind.
Juilliard, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm never getting married.
I feel you, especially with a trauma like that.
Yeah, never getting married.
It's very hard to trust.
Never. No, I mean, I'd love to be with someone for the rest of my life, but
Yes.
I want them to choose me every morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Not with a fucking contract.
Yeah, exactly. No money, no.
So great to meet you.
Oh, likewise.
Can I get you in front of this black right
Yes.
here
Sure.
while you're waiting for your
Yes.
vehicle?
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
And then one.
Oh, thank you.
That's my book.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
I have to send you mine.
Shots while they wait for the car.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
I've got to send you mine. My book.
We'll stop you.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Julia Haart, and I'm here on Living Abundantly with Sarah Vie. It was amazing. I mean, she's extraordinary. I love what she's doing. I think it's so important for women to have a place where they can hear from one another and inspire each other and help one another get to where we want to be. Talk to yourself. There's so much noise telling you what you can't do. You actually do need to hear with your own voice what you can. I talk to myself every morning. I literally stand in my bathroom, look at myself in the mirror, and give myself a pep talk. Because I promise you, you'll feel it. You need to hear a voice that's stronger than all the voices telling you no. And that's your voice. I am Julia Haart, and I'm living abundantly with Sarah Vie.
So here I am, standing on the other side of fear. Thank goodness. So I want to remind you of this bold series I've been walking. One where I lean into fear instead of running from it. So on my show, I set out to show what life is like in real life. My producers challenged me to step into experiences that I have to say are downright intimidating. The kind that make you want to freeze or like run the other way. Trust me, running away always seemed like an easier option. But here's the thing. It's easy to talk about what scares you, to think about overcoming fear, but I wanted to show you right here the real messy physical action of what it actually takes to get over it. So, by pushing myself through those uncomfortable moments, I not only grew, but gained confidence, developed my problem solving skills, and learned more about myself than I ever thought possible. And I'm going to say, if I can do it, really do it, then I know you can do it too. We all have the ability to step into those hard moments and come out stronger on the other side. So, this is scary too. Here's a clip of me facing one of my biggest fears head on. Here I am, my first time ever doing stand up, and just watch how I leaned into the discomfort and how that moment shifted everything. I have always felt just a little bit odd. You know, I just never fit in anywhere. And I'm just going to go ahead and blame my mom. You know, we all have that mother trauma. But my mom was English, which kind of explains many things. Oh my gosh. So this is absolutely terrifying. This is my first time on stage doing stand-up. I think even more terrifying is this is my first time on stage with my clothes on.
Everybody, let her hear it.
I love connecting with people with intuitive gifts. Cheryl Murphy has studied metaphysics for over 20 years, including international studies in Brazil and Germany, as well as seminars and classes in Colorado. Cheryl uses her ability as a psychic and a medium to help people make life's important decisions. As a psychic, she is able to bridge the connection to your spiritual guides. And as a medium, she can put you in touch with your loved ones. Oh my gosh, Cheryl, welcome to the show. I'm so happy you're here with us.
Thank you so much for having me. It is truly an honor.
Oh my gosh, thank you. So, on our life journeys, we can have that, that pivotal moment when we find that purpose and that passion. Can you explain when and how you first experienced your intuitive spiritual abilities and just kind of describe that moment?
As a child, so look, my family is psychic. My mother is psychic, my great aunt, my grandmother. We grew up reading books by Edgar Cayce. So I had these amazing experiences where I could tune into other people's thoughts and feelings. I was very aware of spirit at a young age. I even had many experiences where they would enter my room as a beautiful ball of light, never feeling scared or afraid, but really an extended part of my soul or even a language that I could understand. They were welcoming and inviting. And then as I continued to grow up in my adult life, I had this another experience from the angels. And the angels came to me, asked me to do this work full time. They wanted me to be a voice for them. They were letting me know that, rest assured, you would be doing us an honor. And it was my passion. It was something that I had always wanted to do. So this really did set me on my journey, set me on my path.
So I love that we can have help when we are making, important life decisions. So, how do you use your psychic abilities to help people make those important life decisions?
So, in the beginning of a reading, when I'm working with someone, I'm tuning in on a heart to heart connection, a soul to soul connection. My goal is to help them open and realize their potential or any hidden possibilities. So, I do, as a medium, as a psychic, I'll tune into their energy field. I'll tune in and ask their guides to come forward, maybe any departed loved ones, anyone that can serve to help them on their path to achieve and to really remove any hidden roadblocks that people are feeling stuck with or overwhelmed even. So my goal is not to really tell you your future. My goal is to help you create it and help you realize it.
Yes, yes. So, how, if someone was kind of starting out trying to connect with that intuitive ability, what would be kind of the first step that they could begin with?
I always want to let people know that meditation is so important. It is about bringing in that inner stillness that we need. We need to kind of tune down our own thoughts. We need to kind of let our mind step to the side, ask for guidance, always ask for intuitive awareness, ask for messages from your own angels, because we
Yes.
all have our own spirit team.
I always ask, my favorite question. What would you say with this intuitive expertise and ability? What would you say is the most abundant word that best describes your life, experiencing this?
I love the word grateful.
Grateful,
And I
yes.
love this because it brings us to the ability to shift our energy instantly, to open up
Yes.
doors of possibilities, to allow
Mhm.
the abundance and the attraction to happen. It brings us into the moment, right? Into our presence.
Yes.
Yeah, through the being grateful.
Oh, there's such beautiful energy with the word grateful. So, thank you so much for sharing your work. And I'm going to say your passion with all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Stay with us. We will be right back. Your Guinness World Record oldest working female comedian in the world.
Life keeps getting better and more fun.
There are a lot of great people out there that have made mistakes, but a mistake could turn into a positive outcome, and that positive testimony can change the next generation.
It always sounds a little cheesy when you say it, even though it's probably also true. I believe that we can all make our life a symphony.
Oh, yes.
It
So
takes
symphony,
self-work.
Yes.
It takes.
I love to speak with guests whose passion is food. I absolutely love food, but this time it's a little sweeter. Legendary chef and Food Network personality Duff Goldman joins us now to tell us about the brand new series premiere of Food Network's biggest cake build competition ever, Super Mega Cakes. Welcome to the show, Chef.
How's it going, Sarah?
So, what can fans expect to see on the 6 episode series, Super Mega Cakes?
Super mega cakes. Literally giant cakes with lasers and motors and listen, one of them there's a giant UFO that lights up. It's really cool and spins, and then it abducts a chocolate cow. It's really exciting.
So, tell us about some of your favorite moments from filming the show.
I think just getting the opportunity to really stretch my wings as a creative person, right? I love making stuff. I love making the craziest things I can because I'm basically a 5-year-old and I want to see cool stuff. And so when Food Network is like, hey, we want you to make some crazy cakes, I think about, all right, what would 5-year-old Duff love to see? We made a cake for the premiere of Superman, and the cake I made is a 2,200 pound ice sculpture of the Fortress of Solitude that I made with a chainsaw and really big chisels. And then it has a life-size cake Superman flying out of it, suspended above. And the whole thing is made out of a brown sugar sour cream crumble cake with a rhubarb jam that is mwah, delicious.
So I always love to know like where people start. So how did you get started in the industry?
I started my bakery in my apartment in Baltimore as a way to pay the rent while I was trying to become a full-time musician. I was in a touring rock band and we were trying to get signed by, a big label and become rock stars. And so, while I was waiting for that to happen, I was making cakes in my apartment as a way just to cover the bills. And then I hired all of my friends who were also musicians who also wanted to, play music full time, who are also creative people. And, that's how we built our bakery.
As we wrap here, I wish I could taste some of your cakes. So what is one abundant word or phrase that describes your life, in making cakes?
I'd say enthusiasm. Enthusiasm, I find, is really the secret to life. If you're enthusiastic about whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's making a giant cake or cleaning the kitchen, if you do it with enthusiasm, make it fun, make it exciting. I don't know. I mean, cleaning the kitchen isn't always fun, but make it fun.
Oh, I just love all your positivity and enthusiasm. So thank you so much for being here on the show.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Don't go away. We will be right back.
To love what I do, and whatever it is that I went through, I don't regret anything because it made me who I am today.
And they have these really cute bath things. This one's called In the Buff.
In the Buff.
So that you guys can use together.
My goal has always been to push past whatever, either it's a self-imposed limitation that you think you can't do something, or me physically, I physically can't run.
Right.
So how do I live a life of abundance?
They didn't say that there was necessarily a gender bias, but they said it was hard. They said it was too hard to get both degrees and make both fields work.
Right. I feel like empowerment is really owning who you are. Every bits and pieces, like they say, warts and all.
Yes.
All of it. And owning your mess and understanding.
One of the most powerful and abundant relationships we can have is, not what you think, the relationship with our finances and how it can affect how we take care of ourselves. So I believe it's a part of our self-care as well as health care. As our healthcare costs continue to rise, consumers are taking on more of the financial burden for their health and wellness care, not covered by insurance. Bobbirebell, a certified financial professional and author, joins us today to discuss what consumers should consider when considering flexible financing options for their health and for their wellness. Welcome to the show, Bobby.
Thank you so much for having me.
So how are continued rising health and wellness costs impacting consumers?
Yeah, consumers are having a really tough time, Sarah. It is getting very expensive to stay healthy. And unfortunately, people are putting off healthcare because of the cost. A recent survey from Synchrony found that 53% of Americans are delaying medical procedures because of out-of-pocket costs. We don't want that. We want people to get the information they need and figure out how to pay for the best medical care that they can as soon as possible.
Tell us about Synchrony and their new fair financing principles.
So Synchrony's fair financing principles are a wonderful resource for consumers because they provide transparency and clarity when it comes to paying for your health care needs. And healthcare, I should say, does include health and wellness. So it's not just medical, it's also dental, vision, it can be veterinary care, and also even wellness, things like sleep, care, diets, and so on. So it's a really wonderful resource for consumers.
And what are the most important things to know about financing solutions like CareCredit?
So what I love about this is on the carecredit.com fair financing principles website, you can get a whole suite of resources, including tools like a procedure calculator where there's a drop-down menu of the top 700 procedures that you might have done so that you can see what a procedure is going to cost in your area. So you go in to your doctor with open eyes knowing what things are going to cost. The Fair Financing Principles resource is an amazing tool for you to use so that you understand what might be available to you to finance. You can get deferred interest. You can also get longer plans that have lower APRs, all on the CareCredit Fair Financing Principles website. Get all that information and make the right decision for you.
How can the CareCredit credit card be used?
So what's wonderful about it is it is accepted at medical providers, dental providers, veterinary providers, but also a wider array of health and wellness providers. For example, if you were going to, as I mentioned, shop for things like a mattress and so on, it's available for all of those different needs. And also what I love about it is the transparency of the Fair Financing Principles website, because when you also use CareCredit, what you're going to see, even in advance, before you even get a physical bill, you can go online and you can see an image of what a bill is going to look like. And you can see how your different options work depending on how you want to pay off your bill. For me, as a financial expert, what I love is seeing how it's going to play out. That can also be a motivator for consumers to really think about their total holistic financial health and make the best decisions for their total budget and fit CareCredit into that in the most responsible and intentional way.
And what kind of resources can consumers find on that site?
Sure, carecredit.com/FFP, as in Fair Financing Principles. carecredit.com/FFP.
So I've shared with you, one of my favorite abundant things to experience in life is travel. And I love to travel even more when I have choices to make my travel run more smoothly. So if you're like me and you enjoy traveling to Florida, I have the ticket for you, especially if you are flying into Daytona Beach. And I have the perfect person to give us some more details. JoAnnemagley, Director of Marketing and Customer Experience, Daytona Beach International Airport, has the perfect travel tips for all of us.
Hi, I'm JoAnnemagley from Daytona Beach International Airport here at the beautiful Max Beach Resort with a tip for your next Florida trip. Thanks to new flights from your airport, it's easier than ever to explore 3 Florida hotspots in one unforgettable getaway. Start in Daytona Beach, where 23 miles of sun-kissed shoreline meet the energy of the world-famous Speedway. Whether you're searching for seashells or relaxing with your toes in the sand, Daytona Beach is the perfect place to escape. And if you're up for something more active, grab a paddleboard, kayak, or bike and catch the sunrise. Next, head to New Smyrna Beach. Its vibrant galleries, surf-friendly waves, and locally sourced seafood are the perfect mix of coastal energy and small-town charm. Finally, wrap up your adventure in historic DeLand with its antique shops, live theater, and cool craft beverage trail. That's 3 destinations, 1 ticket, and endless memories. Plan your getaway at flytodaytonabeach.com.
Well, that is it for us today on Living Abundantly. For even more content and inspiration, follow us on my YouTube channel, Living Abundantly with Sarah Vie, and I will see you next time. And I always say, here's to living abundantly.
The proceeding was sponsored by Sarah Vie, LLC.